Hi guys, hi Van Honkerton, hi Modpack, hi Slaying Beast, hi Seki, hi Fake Nix, hi Meek Mushroom, hi Status Stan. How are all of you? I hope you're all doing well. Hamburger, yeah. Brain is hamburger today. Hello Zor, have fun enjoyer, hi Kinky Pants. Hope everyone's having a lovely day. Hope everyone's doing well. We're we're yapping it up today. We're yapping it up for however long. I have got left over from last night's high school alumni meetup. Whoa. I've never gotten like an email like that to go to like a high school alumni. You know, can I get a large cheese and yapperoni? True. Large cheese and yapperoni pizza. That sounds delicious. I would love that. I would love every second of that. Don't you think? But a high school alumni, I guess, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like in America after high school, I don't want to see any. I hope I never see any of you ever again. You know, that's kind of the mentality people have. I don't know. I see someone from my high school. I kind of like innately. The first thing I do is hide. I don't know. I don't know why. Um, I saw someone at a gas station who I knew was from my high school, and immediately like I hid behind like a shelf. I jumped like a bunny rabbit and hid behind a shelf. I don't know. I didn't want to make eye contact. I don't want to have a social interaction when I'm over there at a gas station just trying to fill up my car, just looking buying some white monsters, you know, from the freezer, not the freezer, the fridge. I do not want to interact. Like, oh, how's it been? What have you been doing since that? I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. No. How's life been? I'm not ready for that. Oh, you know, someone will say something like, oh, they got married or something, or they got a house, or both, or they just exited the military, and I'm just like, wow, I wish I could have joined the military. Stupid sleepwalking, stupid depression. Dang it, man. Oh well. Oh well. What can you do? What can you do? Have lots of cheese with a pita kebab. It was expired. Listen, okay. The expiration date on food is a suggestion. Merely a suggestion. How expired was it? Okay. Um, was it like just a couple days? Was it smelling bad? Did you give it a sniff test? You could just microwave it for a little while longer. 2 weeks. Microwave it another 5 minutes. Hi, Melchior. But if you went to the military, you wouldn't have become a VTuber. Maybe. I don't know about that. Am I a military VTuber? Yeah. I think it really just depends on what I get into while I'm in the military. There's a lot of weebs in the military. Remember, like, anime shit is normie shit now. You know what I mean? After COVID, anime is normal in America. VTubers could easily cross, like, into... Like, I don't know, like... I knew about, Kissing an AI since freshman year of college. Though I was legitimately convinced she was an AI. I was legitimately convinced she was an AI. I was like, wow, that's so advanced. And this is before AI had such a negative connotation. Like, I was like, oh my god, this is like cool Skynet YouTuber shit. That's cool. I remember watching her play horror games. I can't remember which one. You definitely wouldn't be in the same circles. That's fair. Yeah. To be honest, if I'm kind of like, okay, I can't join the military because of medical reasons, but if I was in a position to, I'm glad I didn't do it back then. Because I didn't know what I wanted to do. Now, legitimately, I don't know. I don't know. Like, now, maybe this is crazy to say. I'm just scratching the surface, right? You know, maybe it's like, maybe especially given how people see me fly on DCS, I think if I was to join the military ever, I would unironically want to do Seed. But, you know, I think I suck at it. I'd probably die. Want to do what? Seed. Suppression of enemy air defenses. In like a jet. London normie couples go out to watch anime movies now. You can't even go with your ducky wife anymore. Sigh. SEAD. Suppression of enemy air defenses. That's good at the end of the day. You don't want to shot over dumb politics or do the paperwork all day. An old school Seed with the A4. Right. I have never touched a harm. I've never touched a harm yet. I also just finished my budgeting sheet for the model startup. Currently, the cheapest item is do it yourself lazy fuck, and the most expensive is 2.5k. Currently, means this for customer has a debut vid. Oh well, and 6k total price cap. F16 Seed is stupid easy. A lot of Seed work happening right now. True. Against old Soviet SAM stuff. Well, I'm just assuming that. I don't know what kind of SAM stuff that Iran has. The version we have in DCF gets a special pod that can literally locate emitters for you. That's so cool. You either need to be a warrant officer or an officer to be a pilot. Yeah, I'm familiar. Which means probably college first. Is how I would do it. Just go in as an officer. Though, I do see the value in... I'm kind of jealous of my friends. Hi, Chatzor. I'm jealous of my friends who had joined the military immediately after high school. They've already done, like, you know... They've already done their 6 years. They have no debt. They have a house. They have... Because they save their money. You know, they've got benefits for life. Meanwhile, I'm over here. I never joined the military because I couldn't, and I'm just in the civilian market only. And I'm in debt. I don't have benefits like that. It sucks. You know? It sucks. I honestly wanted to. I honestly wanted to. Apparently my I can't remember. But if you joined, you wouldn't have met me. That's what I'm saying. I wanted to. It was as in past tense. Wasn't just your first delayed entry back in 2009. I ended up finding out due to medical reasons. Right. I am. Apparently, I still get calls about my ASVAB score, even though that was all the way in high school. I guess some really desperate recruiters find my ASVAB score and decide to give me a call in some old records. I can't even remember what it was. It's basically an IQ test. Yeah, I did really well on what was it? Isn't there two scores? There's like the normal score and then a technical score underneath it. Or did that change? I can't remember. There's your AFQT, which I don't know what that means. But I don't know. I'm probably not as sharp as I used to be. Does come at a high price in your personal life? That's fair. That's completely fair. I mean, the job I do now comes at a high price in my personal life. Armed Force qualification test. In the army for a few years, it was alright. Wouldn't recommend infantry. Yeah. If you're going military, I've always been told that you should go in knowing what you want to do, with that job already lined up. Like the recruiter is like, you are getting this job that you are signing up for. And you better be correct. And you better be sure of what you want, because if you try to scoop out, they're just gonna push you in infantry. Get a contract in writing. Yeah. $89. I'm like, yeah, I think mine. Okay, let me look it up. Does the ASVAB have two scores? Yeah, okay, so the regular score goes from 1 to 99. And then the composite score, I don't know how high does the composite score go? Service uses their own formulas. I think my AFQ something was like an 80 something. Right, okay. It goes up to 150 plus. I got like an 80 something. No, can't remember exactly the number. An 80 something on the Armed Forces qualification test. And then like 128 on the composite line score. And I think it might have been an Army one. I don't know if that's good. Enough for just general technical? Yeah. I'm missing axe. I'm doing alright. We're just talking about like, we're talking about a different timeline where I joined the military in a different timeline. You generally put you able to do most things? Yeah. Uh-oh. Is that bad? We're just saying, talking what ifs. But why? Why would one join the military? I don't know. I guess the way I've always been sold it is that what's wrong with a guaranteed full-time job with benefits? I thought, what brought this hypothetical? Well, what brought this hypothetical is that I legitimately wanted to join the military when I was younger, but I couldn't because I have sleepwalking, and then later on was diagnosed with major depression. My sleepwalking disqualified me. As long as your vision isn't fucked with colorblindness or depth perception. Though I ended up growing out of my sleepwalking, so now it's just kind of depression. A submariner. I don't know if I can stand being in a submarine. Probably get a waiver. I think part of why I bring up this conversation is someone I know is also joining the military. And I'm just like, wow, that's like a big step. They're way younger than me. So it's like, it's good on them for doing it. The Navy is really gross. Yeah, I don't know if I want to deal with the Navy. Everybody else on that. Why? Why is that happening? Can't they just chill out? Go to Ukraine. What the? I don't think I'm gonna do that. I don't think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm a lot more content with being a lazy security guard, and then after work I sleep, wake up, and then go alive. Why go to the Ukraine when you go to the Persian Gulf? Oh my god. Yeah, high school didn't really know what else to do. That's entirely fair. I think the military is a very good replacement for college. And then you can go to college afterwards if you want. And they'll pay for it. That's pretty good, right? Should you just go Air Force? No, I can't. I need to stop taking my antipsychotics for like 6 months. If I was to join the military. I also need to get in shape because I'm out of shape. Alright guys, okay, here's the deal. If I get fired and my living circumstances don't completely become upheaval, I'll focus on streaming and my physical health and make a plan to get healthy and join the military or something. Is that a crazy idea? I have to talk to Seki about it. I don't know if that's a crazy idea. National Guard if you don't want to fully commit. Well, if I want to do Seed, I'd probably want to join the Air Force. As equivalent if my mom kicks me out, I'm joining the army. Yeah. Basically. Though if I got fired right now, it would suck pretty bad because I don't have a whole lot in savings. Right now. I've had a lot of expenses recently. Too many expenses recently. Kind of broke. Mr. Fantastic. Personally, I'd hate that, but that's just me. Be a load master and see the world. Miss Evelyn, how are you? There's a seat. The stream program for people under 32 to go straight from civilian to army pilot. That sounds cool, actually. That sounds cool. Military life follower. Yeah, Seki being a military wife would be really funny. That would be funny. Goodness gracious. Do you know my wife's rank? gone postal. Thanks so much for the 5 community gifted. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Is the housing allowance moving areas to contribute just by being there? It's pretty great. Oh. You know what's great about being a warrant officer? You're basically invisible to the command you're needed, but you don't get slumped over down with paperwork. With the regular officers, you don't have to play the stupid games like the enlisted. Oh. If you actually go military, always be 100% sure and be well aware of what you're signing up for. Yeah. This guy's going postal. Yeah, that's... I really appreciate that. I actually never reset this goal. This goal has been set for ages. It says goal achieved 49 out of... Yeah, let me end the goal and start a new one, but I'm going to set it to just 5. Because you gave me 5. Usually I set the goal for 10 at the beginning of every stream. There you go. New goal. For 5. But since you just gave me... Yeah, usually I set it for 10, but since you just gave me 5, I'll set it for 5. Hydrate? Okay. Oh, that's what I forgot to do. I forgot to grab a water bottle. How's flying the A4 going? The A4 is a lot of fun. Once I'm off my Cobblemon kick, because I've been playing Cobblemon like freaking crazy, even while I'm at work. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to probably focus on learning the F4. I think it's time we probably move on to something like the F4. Bernadette, Nary, thanks so much for the Prime sub. Thank you. And I'm probably going to install that one mod that allows me to put on harms on it. We're going to try out strikes for a while, but F4Gs were capable of putting on harms. And we'll get to experiment with that. I think that'll be a lot of fun. And once we learn the Phantom, you know, and once we feel like sufficiently competent with the Phantom, I think it'll be a lot of fun to go to learn the F-16. Makes the F4 be a little easier than the scooters since they throw them a little harder and they talk to the plane better. Okay, what do you mean by throw them a little harder? Is it because the way missiles in my mind work is that their max speed is like their acceleration plus the speed of the plane when they're fired, right? So is it because the F4 could go faster than the A4? That's what you mean by throwing them harder? Exactly? Okay. Just making sure. Why are you throwing stuff at me? You know what's weird? I think Twitch integrated throwing system is broken again. Because it's like highlighting the wrong part. Look at this. Like it thinks my model is over there. And I don't know how to fix it. I don't know how to fix it. It's just like that. It's just like that for some reason. It hates me. It freaking hates me! Accuracy plus booster speed minus the equal max speed. Yeah. There's a switch that ties the strike seeker to the flight director needles that you normally use for ILS. You just point to where an emitter is. Oh wow. Is your soul you're leaving your body? Nah, man. That's my freaking fighting game hitbox, bro. That's my fighting game hitbox. It's messed up. They're gonna put me in a VTuber fighting game and my hitbox is gonna be fucked up. Hachi, thanks so much for the follow. Thank you, thank you. Really appreciate it. Oh, ad break starting in 30 seconds, guys. Starting automatically. I can't stop it. It's too powerful. But run while you still can. I'll hold it back. Run. Let me make the F4 a little more involved to learn. Is interacting with gesture. Well, I have a numpad now. Do you think I can just find things with gesture with the numpad? Even though numpad is also linked to my VTuber emotes. I feel like I could do a lot of like common stuff. Just find a key for it for gesture. There's gesture 2.0, so there's a whole interaction wheel. Whoa, a wheel. See a lot of Milsim people getting upset because the US is blowing up all the legacy of where's the FTs on the runways and hangars. I mean, what are we supposed to do? Capture them? What are we supposed to do? I don't think there's much we can do. Multi-layer? Yeah. Just you'll be OP in every fighting game. Oh, Tyler. Ah, a bug, but it's big. The old bug. True, but it's a shame to see such good plans go to waste. Yeah. Yeah. Rip Tom's cat. Yeah. That is pretty sad. It is pretty sad. Used to be our planes, I know. But we gave it to them when the regime was different, and then the regime changed. And now that's the whole reason we're over there. Man, I'm fiending for some ice cream. Holy smokes. Hi Bernie, but just brightly. I mean, okay. Something a conversation I had recently. Did you use preg? I'm not. I'm sure actually no, I'm not gonna make that comment. Never mind. I had a conversation recently. I forget that some people are just not exposed to the same things in life, right? I forget. So it's like, and this isn't to be gruesome on purpose, right? But like, there are people on Earth who have never had to like put down an animal before, right? You know what I mean? Like, there are people on Earth who have never had to like, oh, our chicken coop has too many roosters. They're hurting the hens. We have to kill some of them. You know? I came from the kind of household where it's like, dog is very sick. Right? Like dog is like, for the dog to continue living, you are extending its suffering. I mean, we could go. I don't know. Our last dog, we were kind of a lot softer with, but like, there's been dog times in the past where it's like, all right, Twitchy, well, you have to be responsible. Here's a 22, right? I forget that sometimes, and when I meet new people, I talk about anything on stream, right? I talk about anything on stream. And when I meet new people, I worry sometimes that I talk about things that make them uncomfortable. Because I wouldn't say I've had, there are people with much more intense and harder lives than I, but I've definitely not had the softest experience when it comes to life, right? So when I talk about things, I talk about life, I talk about anything, I worry I sometimes make people uncomfortable. But like, I'm just being me. And I'm not gonna stop being me, right? I've been more receptive to it lately. I just want to be more careful. Especially when trying to make new friends and meeting new people. Because I care a lot, right? Is that weird to talk about? I hope I explained that right. I hope I did. I care so much. I don't want to freak anyone out. But like, I can't help myself when I yap. I talk about anything. Anything at all. You could ask me any question and I'll probably answer it. Anything. Nobody has it easy while ever own struggles, not even the risk get away with. Hardship, just a different flavor. Yeah. And I'm not implying whoever, like, that this isn't directed at any one person, but this is a recurring thing that's happened. Like, a recurring thing that I've thought about across multiple social interactions, right? And I'm not implying that any of those people that I'm thinking of in mind have had very soft living lives. It's just, I'm more sensitive to the thought, to where I think about it, to where I start to worry. I'd be paranoid. When was the last time Twitchy ate a sandwich? Yesterday when I woke up. Good thoughtful yapping? Yeah. I feel like a situation where I kind of messed up. I messed up a situation with another streamer recently. They're an EVE Online streamer. And then I was making pretty good friends with them, I thought. I joined their stream randomly and I asked them for tips about streaming the game. They assumed I was a new streamer, like completely new. I was like, no, I'm not a new streamer. I'm just talking about streaming EVE. And they love this person. I just randomly joined their stream. They're a very good EVE Online streamer. And they're a full-time streamer, and they're way more successful than I when it comes to streaming. Because they've found their niche, they've hammered it down, they've got it down to a formula, and they just hit the live button. They do what EVE Online streamers want to see and do. And I was like, wow, this person's got it all figured out for this category. I figured I might as well ask them, right? I made like a bad first impression because when I asked them this question, they assumed that I was a new streamer, which wasn't the case. I failed to communicate that. I was like, I just wanted some, like, okay, what should I want to know more about you. And, we laugh about it. We, like, okay, that's fine. We go back and forth about it for a couple months. I appear on, like, I talk on their stream. They talked on my stream. But every single time, I feel like I made a terrible impression because it was kind of when I was in a very bad headspace for like a month. And I did a bunch of just chattings, and every single time I just complained about life. right? Complained about every little thing going on, and I'm surprised people stuck around for all that. Which I'm thankful people did. But every single time they joined in, you know, I remember them making an offhand comment during their stream where you could watch Twitchy Buggy and hear them complain about life, and I'm just like, oh, I didn't mean to make that impression. And then I had this stream with Seki where we played EVE Online for like 10 hours, for like 10 or 12 hours or something like that. And the whole time we were kind of making fun of the game, and they showed up, and this person is someone who's dedicated a lot of their time towards loving the game. And then after that, I never saw them again. And I'm just like, well, I fucked up. You know, I fucked up. That social interaction. Well, though, what could I have I done? You know, I wasn't just gonna let Seki play EVE Online all by himself for so long, right? That was ages ago. But that was ages ago now. You know, what can you do? But it's just an example of like how I mishandled a person, like, you know, another streamer, and like my interactions with them. Wow. Hold on, I have to ban someone. Alright, yeah, I had to ban someone on YouTube. And a chance at how I wouldn't have not made fun of the game. How was your burger? I don't actually have a burger. I had chicken today. I wish I had a burger. Well, I don't think you fucked up. It was if someone gets offended because you joked with their favorite Kingdom Corner game, it's gonna blow up at some point. I guess so. I guess so. Like, I think I'm coming, like, at the time, I was coming from Star Citizen being my main game at the time. I'm so used to being critical of the games I play. Because if there, I legitimately think if you think there's an issue with the game, you should vocalize it, right? I don't want to play a game and have it on stream and then misrepresent I'm playing by refusing to talk about what problems it may have. That's not fair to you guys, right? If I have an issue with the game, you guys should know it too, and I should explain it and explain my reasoning. You know, I'm not gonna hate it for no reason, but like, EVE Online is just a very... My problems with EVE Online mainly stem from the fact that you very quickly hit a wall where the only way to proceed is to have multiple accounts. And you have to pay for every single one. It is against TOS to not have Omega on every single account that you have. And some people have accounts in the double digits. You know what I mean? I just can't afford to play EVE Online the way I want to play it. I want to play it. I just can't afford it to play it that way. So I am ultimately SOL. I might log on from time to time and hop in a Thrasher and blow up some Venture or something like that. But what can you do? I think it was being friends with Nintendo fan. You think Nintendo straight up selling trash and they crash out? That wasn't gonna work out. I don't think Nintendo is making it straight up trash all the time, but I get what you mean. I get what you mean. I get what you mean for sure. Hold on, I gotta adjust this. Okay. Oh yeah, I said hi Burning Bridges brightly, but then I didn't respond to the question he asked. How's the voice? The voice is doing a lot better. As you can hear, there is still sometimes with some words I say, I'll hit like a random wall of like mucus in my throat. I feel like I need to keep taking like thinners or something, so that my so that we can get that cleared out. Because I don't think I'm really sick anymore. I don't think there's any more inflammation involved. I'm just like randomly getting blasted by let me turn myself up slightly. Randomly getting blasted by like congestion and, you know, stuff blocking my vocal cords. Don't you think? Let me turn myself up a little more. Okay, that's better. Did you guys watch the latest short? I hired an editor on VGen. The stalker one, yeah. Edited by someone named Drazel. They seem pretty cool. It was great. Yeah, they worked really fast. It was pretty good. I've never really used VGen before. I've never really used VGen before. But I put in the request for Drazel. Messaged me within like 2 or 3 hours. We talked about the expectations. They started work on the short that moment. They finished it late, like a couple hours later. Shared it with me. It looks good. I uploaded it that same day. And I was pretty happy with that. I enjoy that. That's pretty fast work. I think I'm gonna hire them again. So, but the thing is, guys, I need clips. I need clips, guys. You guys gotta clip me when something funny or interesting happens. Or I have an interesting conversation. You know what I mean? Avaclone SP cap is kind of bull. What do you mean I can't keep trading skills available on my account? Why would you put this skill cap lower than the available skills? Right. Well, it's because it's kind of a remnant of the old clone system. Practice not mumbling when reading chats. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I do that. Sometimes I would be like, yeah, I do that sometimes when reading a chat message. I think I'm doing a better job at that though. Lately, I've been projecting my voice a lot more. I don't know. I feel more confident lately. I feel good. Right. But yeah, the alpha clone and omega clone stuff is remnant from the old system where you unironically had to pay for a clone. You like once your skill points maxed out, you had to pay for a new clone that could fit all those skill points, and if you died and you didn't have an appropriate clone, you would lose a lot of skill points. You know what I mean? Like if you had billions and trillions of skill points but only had an alpha clone, you would get reduced down when you died to back to an alpha clone status, which was very demoralizing. I think that was way too harsh. When I first saw that was a mechanic in the game, I stopped playing. I was too terrified to do anything. I don't know, mumbling reading chats is strictly a bad thing. It clearly delineates that you're reading someone else's words. Yeah, but when it comes to making a short, being able to read or at least paraphrase what the other person is saying adds clarity. I don't think I ever want to open up a short and the first thing I hear, I would not want to hear myself mumbling. I'd rather have a hard cap than a soft cap that causes a lot of progression upon death. Yeah. And those clones were expensive. Were extremely expensive. I remember having to buy a beta clone, and I was like, that's like all of my money. on this dude I was just mining on, like a mining character. It was an obscene amount of money. Like, it set me back so far just to buy a beta clone. I was terrified to lose my stats. And you know, you're just mining in high sec. You could die at any point. You could die at any point. I was like, why would I play this? So I didn't. I don't know. Talking about EVE Online more, like I think EVE Online is a very cool game. But at the same time, there's a part of the community who has dedicated their entire existence on EVE Online to making other players quit the game. That's not what made me stop playing. Ultimately, what made me stop playing was just the I got hooked on other things. And the things I want to do in EVE Online haven't hooked me as hard as they should. Like, I would love to go back and play EVE Online and do those little, what are those missions called? Where you have to find, like, you have to do scanning, and then you find, like, these hidden bases, and then you go beat up a bunch of NPCs, and then you search a bunch of, like, buildings and get, blueprints and stuff like that. That sounds like fun. I want to do that. It's like little dungeons. But I think what kind of demoralized me from doing that was hearing like, oh, someone could just scoop in, steal your loot, and then run away. And I'm just like, well, what's the point of me doing it then? The fact that someone could do that just makes it feel like, especially since I'll be streaming it, you know, I'll be at more risk of it. And the fact that I actively encourage stream sniping. Though not so much on Star Citizen, because like I would never report them, but stream sniping on Star Citizen is like a bannable offense, unfortunately. If someone were to report you, if someone in my chat were to report you, then you could get in trouble. And I don't want anyone to lose their expensive account just because they decided to be smoking and joking one day and attack the VTuber in the category. You know what I mean? I think that's unfair. I don't want that to happen to anyone. Right. There's been numerous times in my Star Citizen streams where I've encouraged PvP and people to come attack me. But like, some people in chat might not see it that way. But yeah, EVE Online, I like to keep the same mentality because that's just fair. I encourage stream sniping in games like that. Though I guess inadvertently I made myself not want to play the game anymore. Would off stream in Discord is like a community night? Yeah. I would love if more people in the community had Star Citizen. I would love to do Arena Commander practice. I would love to have a big Arena Commander brawl in Star Citizen where we all just practice PvP. I would love that. I would love that so much. Did anyone order a pepperoni pizza? Yeah, that was me. Guy who delivers pizza. I'll take that pie, bro. I'll take that pie. No, not pepperoni. Yapperoni. How's it going, guy who delivers pizza? $4.97. Aw, shit. Aw, shit. I don't keep cash on me no more. People keep stealing it from me. People in my household keep taking the money in my wallet. I don't keep cash on me anymore. Doing good? How about you? I'm doing alright. We're just chatting it up. Guys, I was thinking. This is a hypothetical. I think Techie is trying to discourage me from it. But I think it'd be fun. So I've been playing on a Cobblemon server, right? We have a private Cobblemon server that Seki is hosting. But I have enough spare parts to make another PC. And I was considering, okay, what if I made my own server and made like a public game server for something? Maybe not Minecraft, maybe not Common Mon, maybe for something like Zomboid or another game. What if I had a public game server y'all could join? Would people hang out on it? I think that would be fun. Can your internet upload speed handle the connections? If you had asked me that a few months ago, I would have said no. But since then, I now have fiber internet. Do you use that Common server on your own hardware, or do you use a hosting service? Techie uses his own hardware. You can pay for service and not like $20 or whatever. I guess I could. I guess I could do that. I could pay for a server, but I think there's ultimately more control if you do it yourself. And honestly, it's kind of not just a matter of just getting a server running. It's also a matter of I kind of want to learn it. I want to fiddle around with things like Linux. I do, legitimately. It's such a pain. I get that, but that's not how I learn. If I stopped doing everything because it was inconvenient or painful, then when would I ever learn anything? I don't think that's just not how I operate. It's a pain to go to work every day, but I do it anyways. Paying to build everything yourself may not be worth it. Usually people pay the first week, then 90% of them drop it. That's fair. But then I could just turn the server into a different game. I think something Nyaru does is that she just hosts a server for whatever game she's playing on stream. Like she'll host a Team Fortress 2 server, and then once she's done streaming, she'll shut it down. And she'll just have all these different things prepared for all the games she wants to play. Because she wants to be safe. She doesn't want to connect to a server that is owned by somebody else where they can get her IP, right? But she wants to play these public games. So like, it makes sense to have your own. I'm assuming that's what Nyaru does, right? I'm assuming that's what she does. I don't know. I'm feeling very... I think the fixation right now, guys, more than anything, is whenever Janice runs it. Oh, okay. That makes sense. One of the fixations right now, though, guys, is Pokemon. I legitimately just want to play Pokemon a lot. I'm not really interested in Pokepia. But I really want to play Pokemon. Like, that's why I'm playing Cobblemon, because if I didn't play Cobblemon, I would have played, like, unironically, we would have had, like, Fire Red streams going on right now. People learning your IP, there are things you can use to prevent that. Like there's Cloudflare for Minecraft that protects your IP. You know what I mean? It's not like there's zero defenses in available. Also, guys, I have to reset the battery in my headset. It's beeping at me. Hold on. I'm not gonna hear you for a second. Okay. Alright, I just replaced the battery in my headset. We don't get to see Twitchy play Fire Red Leaf Green. I'm still down to do that. I still want to do that. I'd have to learn. Also, ads starting in 5 seconds. Also, hi Night. Hello Pink Cat. How are you? Oh, I guess the ads didn't start. Huh. I heard there was a burger. Yeah, my brain is a burger, bro. It's ground beef. It's freaking mincemeat right now, bro. Chopped. But that's what the youngins say, right? They say something is chopped. My brain is freaking chopped, bro. My brain is freaking chopped. You know, okay, I have a story. I grew up with Pokemon games like a lot of other people did, right? I really enjoyed Pokemon. My brother and I both had Ruby. I had Ruby and he had Sapphire. Okay. And we loved playing with the neighborhood kids and dueling our Pokemon against one another. Though my brother learned this trick from the neighborhood kids, where if you're about to lose the fight with the link cable connected in, turn your Game Boy off, and then the loss wouldn't count against you, and it would reset both your games. It would like turn it on and off. I told him not to do that because something might get messed up if you keep doing that. On a trip we had one day, my brother and I were playing. He pulled that shit on me. And you know what the hell it did? It completely deleted my save. It didn't delete his, it deleted mine. My save was gone. I was crying so much. I was crying for so long. It was so much so that my parents were like, "What did you do to her?" Because I lost everything. I had to just completely start over for Pokemon Ruby. And ever since then, my brother, we just stopped. Everyone stopped dueling each other in the neighborhood after they figured out that that could happen. A lesson was learned that day. I would have deleted the brother? No. No, he's still my brother. He just, like, okay, he's younger. He's a younger brother. He doesn't know any better. Right? He didn't want that number of losses to go up on his game. Even if it meant potentially messing up someone else's game. I didn't mind. You know. We were kids. I was the first person where something like that had happened to them. Like, kids are assholes? Well, yeah. I mean, it's something that the neighborhood kids had been doing for so long. They didn't think anything of it. It was just some sort of fluke with my particular my particular game, it said my game got corrupted. So what can you do? What can you do? I wonder what kind of protections that my game lacked or something. My particular cartridge had. To be honest, guys, I don't even think my Ruby was authentic. Both our games, both our Ruby and Sapphire that we had acquired, we had got them while we were in the Philippines. And they were at some random mall and they were extremely cheap. Though mine had this weirdness where if you launched it, it would show some guy pushing a stone with a message in English telling that, yeah, I think it was a bootleg. It would be pissed off at some random British kids who was reporting him to some bureau or something. It's like, thanks for playing my rip or something like that. I don't know. Big F you to the British kids who keep reporting me to acronym. I can't even remember. That every time I launched the game, it said that. So I guess it was a bootleg. And maybe the bootleg just didn't have the same protections as the real one. Did I ever tell you? Alright. When I played through my Ruby, I was kind of a dummy. Okay? I was kind of a big dummy. So I was playing through Ruby, and I remember there's this huge, long, tedious chain of fights that you have to go through to get to Groudon, right? A big, like, there's a bunch of bad guys to fight. My starter in that game, I started with Trico, so by this point I had Sceptile. And I was fighting Groudon. I finally make it to Groudon. I did not save before the Groudon fight. I fight Groudon. I was like, oh, I want to catch this guy. I have a Master Ball and I could use it, but I've never used a Master Ball before. It says I can catch anything. But here's what I'll do. I think I'll just weaken him a little bit. I have Sceptile. Groudon is all red. I assumed Groudon was a fire type because he was completely red. I used Leaf Blade on him to soften him up just a little bit for my Master Ball because I didn't know any better. I fucking one-shot Groudon. Completely lost. But thanks so much for the raid. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the raid. Hold on. My activity feed is covered up by these notifications on Twitch that never seem to go away. Here. Let me give you a follow. What were you playing? How did it go? How was your stream? Had the rating raid? I hope you had a good stream. I'm Twitchy Buggy, Velvet VTuber, Caffeine Addict, former office lady. And we're just yapping it up. Yapping what she does best? Hell yeah. We're yapping it right now. You rated Obet? Obet rated you. Oh. Is it Obet or Odet? It says Odet on Twitch. Odet. I don't know. I'm probably pronouncing this wrong. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. How do I pronounce it? So that's okay. Okay. You're pronouncing it fine? Alright, good. Awesome. Oh, this sounds like a Pokemon. Maybe there's something from our topic. Yeah, we were talking about Pokemon. What are you doing? You're smart, lass. Yay! I'm smart. Maybe my brain isn't just a burger. What about the Pokemon MMO and Pokemon Co-op? Yeah, I wanted to talk about that. Let me finish the. Oh, but if you need to get food, you need to do laundry, you need to use the restroom or sleep or anything like that, I understand. Thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate that. Let me recap the Groudon story. All right. I was a dummy head playing through Ruby, and just before the Groudon fight, there was a long, tedious chain of fights you had to go through. That I was like, this is too long. This was like it was pissing me off how long it went, like how long it took to go through all those fights to get to Groudon. And I finally made it to Groudon, and I didn't save. I started my game with Trico, and by this point in the game, I had Sceptile. And when I was fighting Groudon, I saw that Groudon was completely red, so I assumed that Groudon was a fire type. I have a Master Ball, but I've never used a Master Ball before, and I assumed, okay, it says it can catch anything. I think I'm still gonna soften him up just a little bit. Okay, I think I'm going to do that. So, assuming that he was a fire type, I used Leaf Blade on him. And one-shot Groudon. I one-shot him. I one-shot my version-specific legendary. And because I was just so exhausted mentally from how much fighting I had to do to get up to that point, I didn't load my save. I was like, you know what? It is what it is. Groudon is just gonna have to be gone. Groudon's just gone, guys. He's just gone. Hi, Austin. How are you? Yo, you, Bug, share Borgor, please. I would if I could. If I had Borgor, I would share it. I would. I would. So you, Seki is mentioning Pokemon and Poke Co-op. I'm even considering doing like there are Pokemon MMOs you can play. I was looking at Poke1. Poke1 even has its own category on Twitch. If I was to play on a Pokemon MMO game, I think that'd be fun. I think that'd be fun, right? Would you guys be down to watch that? And also, I was looking at Seki and I were looking at this this co-op Pokemon Emerald game. I think that would be a lot of fun too. What do you think? I think that'd be a lot of fun. Man, you guys know me. I jump from fixation to fixation all the time. Like, for the longest time, I had a guns fixation. Then it became I think in college, I had a Warhammer tabletop game fixation. Then, years later, I'm into Star Citizen. I have a ships fixation. Then I have a Lego fixation. And now I'm kind of done with Lego, and now I'm just on to Pokemon. Doesn't mean to make unwise decisions. Your gun fixation has not gone away. Unwise are very expensive decisions. Yeah. Yeah, it seems we've just moved on to Pokemon now. Woo, Pokemon! Also, techism. Yeah, we were talking about tech pretty hard for a while. I'm still interested in tech stuff. Like I said, like I'm considering hosting my own server of something. I think that would be a lot of fun. The Pokemon's got Twitchy acting unwise. True. True. They do have me acting unwise. Alright, Austin, what is the latest gun you have acquired? What is the latest I have lost all my money to a gun? Expensive hobbies there? I know. But right now, Pokemon is pretty inexpensive. I think the most expensive things I've gotten Pokemon-wise lately is plushies. I've bought and sold several K98s. Same for nods right now. It's rough. Unless it doesn't own any guns. Yeah, they were all lost in a boating accident. When I already considering liquidating my stuff and buying $1,000 German rifle? Whoa. That's a lot. A game I have, I kind of want to play, but, you know, I wouldn't be able to capture it. I have a Game Boy Advance, and I have Pokemon Red Rescue Team. I have that game, physically. Like, would you just emulate it? I know I could, because I own it. I own the game, physically. I used to own a bunch of other games too, but I just don't have them anymore. They got lost. She likes Australian Mannlicher rifles? No, I like Austrian Mannlicher rifles. Damn, that boating accident gets everyone. I know. I know. That's Gewehr 41 Mauser. I have no idea if we even pronounced that right. Is it Gewehr? Maybe a Johnson rifle? I kind of want that Stevens humpback shotgun. You know what I'm talking about? What is it called? Is it called the Stevens 512? Don't roll the R? I don't really... Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. Gewehr. I don't know why I did that. Butchered it. Pronounce the W as a V. Right, and that's kind of weird. Because in Latin, you do the opposite. The V becomes the W. At least from my understanding of it. So, Vidi Vini Vici is actually like Witty Winnie Vici. I came, I saw, I conquered. Doesn't sound as good when you think about it that way. I'm at a weird point in gun buying. I bought and shot everything I wanted to, so now I don't know what to do. You've done it. Austin, you've reached the end. It's time to move on from guns. It's time to play Skyrim. Now you need to get into Skyrim modding, Austin. Start printing anime women and painting them. V F sound? V equal V sound? Other than that, German is easy because there's no secret rules. Just sound out every letter. Oh. No. Now do motorcycles. I think the end game for a lot of people when it comes to hobbies is vehicles. Or some sort of house improvement and renovations. I've seen several motorcycle accidents and I'll pass, yeah. Go buy an F4 Phantom and fly it around. That would be cool. Guys, okay. If I had $1 million and I was willing to put half of it into a crazy thing to do. Into a crazy thing. Like buying an aircraft. That's a lot of burgers. You had 1 million, you need another million. Dude, I'm pretty sure an A4 Skyhawk is like 500,000. No one should get you far with aircraft? Yeah, that's fair. Skyhawk Tua? What the? YouTube featured? Is YouTube featuring this chat? This video? Is that why I had a crazy... Is that why I had some crazy chatters today? Hey, Dark Hamster, how are you doing? We're just chatting. That's cool if YouTube is featuring me. I'll try my best to keep an eye on YouTube chat a little bit more. I could own an F4 someday. That would be cool. That's just to buy it. Maintenance and inspections cost another fortune. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, unironically, if you want $1 million and you wanted to put half of it into something like a hobby, you should put it into making. You should put half a million into investment. You know what I mean? Oh my god, is that Ida? Ida on YouTube chat? Hello, Ida. Good morning. Wow, 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 wow. How's it going? Put it all on red. Yeah, that's Knight's idea of investing. 100K in the stock market, that's an average return of 8 to 10% per year. 8 to 10% of 500K, basically live for free. Yeah. It's good getting my Ethernet tomorrow. Morning, so that's exciting. Okay. Yeah, that sounds awesome. Ida, were you able to do like a private, maybe an unlisted stream to test your settings? I know, like, I said that and I realized I was like, oh wait, shit, I should be there for that, but I also have my own stream, and then I didn't know what to do. I was like, oh wait, did I just double book myself? Because we need to make sure your settings are good, and we also need to make sure you have appropriate Ethernet drivers. Because if you get this Ethernet cable, but then your Ethernet port's not working, then obviously that would be a problem, right? Yes, you did? Was it stable? Nice. Nice. I'm glad to hear that it was stable. That's good. For those of you who weren't around for it, we appeared on Ida's stream yesterday playing Cobblemon. And just before that, we had some worked on some of her settings. She like, you know, making sure her she was encoding using her GPU, and some very basic, you know, advanced settings that help out a lot. Wait, huh? I was just agreeing on you. Oh, okay. I think it was the latency, like not latency, the delay. I assumed the yes was to the other thing. I'm sorry. Sorry, miscommunication. It's because of the freaking delay. I misunderstood. I was like, oh, that message went through fast. I was like, whoa. Somebody said, don't buy a surplus military vehicle. It'd be great, but ownership is hard without the massive might of the U.S. military supply system. Oh, yeah. What do you mean you don't have billions upon trillions of tax dollars to fund your military hobby? What? What do you mean you're broke? What do you mean you can't afford to put... What? I don't even know. Do Hummers use jet fuel or something? Isn't it like super expensive to fuel up a Hummer? I feel like they use jet fuel. It's more about getting parts. Yeah, that's fair. If you have a Hummer, how do you even fit into like the maintenance bay of most like car garages? I have a military hobby is a fun way to say you run a PMC. What? Metal Gear. Diamond Dogs. Hi, Jonathan. Been a while since I last saw a stream. Yeah. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. The fuel is just kerosene, is it? JP8 is basically diesel. Oh. Which means, so JP8 is like a jet fuel, right? And you're saying it's basically diesel, which means I could put vegetable oil in a jet plane, right? Is that what you're telling me right now? And it'll run? Is that what you're telling me? JP8? Oh. Run on regular ass diesel? Oh, okay. Okay, JP8 isn't a jet fuel. Okay, never mind. Okay, scratch that, guys. Anyone currently fueling their jet planes, do not put vegetable oil in the jet plane. Scratch that. That would be very bad for it. Management has informed me that if you did this, I'm not liable for what happens. Abrams, I think, runs on jet fuel. Yeah, that's probably what I mixed it up with. Yeah, you know, the Abrams, the Hummer, they're about the same thing, right? I can't even say that with a straight face. You know, their stones tossed different, right? My Stratotanker is vegan. Why does my aircraft exhaust smell like French fries? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, we will test out. We will have a test stream. What? And we will get your Ethernet drivers. We will. We will. We will. After this stream, we'll do that. I don't know how much longer I'll go for. I don't know. We've been going for an hour and a half. There's no tech problems Twitchy can't solve. Well, this isn't... Helping Ida with tech isn't just me. It's also Techie and whoever else Ida might be asking about it. I don't know if I just talked about it with the other people. Ida's very thorough. She probably gets several opinions. Twitchy, is this streaming for 12 hours? Dude, I can't. I have work later today. I thought... I'm good, thanks. But I thought Hummers ran on Freedom and Jack Daniels. True. That's true. Work smirk. Man. We all got a wage. JP8 is jet fuel? Jet propellant 8. Okay. So you can put vegetable oil in some jet. Is what you're telling me. Another work stream? Let's go. Oh my god, I'm never doing that again. I'm never streaming from work ever again. That was a funny 10-minute stream. That totally ruined so many people's streaks. I'm never doing that again. As some of you probably didn't even know that happened. I missed it. Do another one. Immediately, I had several people join the chat and are like, "This is a terrible idea. We know you're at work right now." I was convinced to stop my silliness. Absolutely do not do that again. I really wanted to stream. Sometimes I get crazy. If I don't stream for too long, I'll get crazy. I'm fiending. I need to stream. I need to talk to chat like we're doing right now. This is what I live for. This is fun. Watch the VOD for like 15 minutes. I privated that VOD. That VOD got privated. I wonder if it's still in the system. Itchy for another fix to stream. Yeah, I'm like over here scratching my arms. Like, hey, you got any more? You got any more go live button? Guys? Please, you don't understand. I need to go live. I can't take it. Alright, I think an advertiser said to play on Twitch. Instead, now she itching for some Pokemon. True! Very true. Speaking of Pokemon, this weekend we're gonna play more of it. I think on Saturday going into Sunday, at least Seki and I are planning to play. And Ida, would you like to join us for that? I was meaning to ask you in DMs, but I don't mean to put you on the spot. But I mean, I figured I'd just ask now. Seki and I, we're planning to play Cobblemon this weekend if you want to join. Bum, 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 bum. Alright, there's the ad. Ugh. Ew, Twitch ads. Ew. Gross. Ew. Disgusting. Alright, guys. I am now subjecting. I'm doing a funny hand gesture right now. You can't see it. Like, I'm doing Naruto hand signs. I am beaming directly into your mind a marathon advertisement. Next. Oh, I see it in the future. I'm closing my eyes and rubbing my temples right now. I am beaming into your mind a Popeye's chicken advertisement. Yes, very delicious. You are now very hungry. Now I am beaming into your mind a Reese's Cups advertisement. No, why did Wingstop? No. Just Lisa, do I have work until 6 p.m? Okay. On both those days, but yeah, I'd love to join if that works. Okay. Cool beans. I know we're gonna get our asses kicked by Seki. Seki has a super powerful team, and he enabled Mega on like multiple Megas per fight. He's got like a full Mega team. We're gonna freaking die. And now that we've all figured out that you can go to the end and fight unknown and get and power level your Pokemon, this stuff is leveled now. We're gonna die. Like Hypnotoad clip, assume product. All hail Hypnotoad. Man, Futurama's great, right? But didn't they reboot it? How is the reboot of Futurama doing right now? Is it actually doing alright? I have no idea. Never saw the reboot? That series did not need a reboot. That series did not need a reboot. Futurama struggles? They should not have rebooted it. I liked where it ended. I watched the ending. You're right, it ended just fine. Zero need for a reboot. I don't even know who's watching that right now. My sex like a Simpsons. Right, like I loved the ending. Why would you reboot it? It feels wrong now. I literally watched like the final episode of Futurama on TV. And then the whole part where it ends with like, would you like to go around for another run? And then the very next episode was the very first episode of Futurama where they first started. Because they like they went back in time to restart it. So this series plays over and over again canonically in the lore. And I loved that. I've learned sometimes it's better to have shows die, leaving you wanting more, versus a painful, drawn-out death you're glad it's over. Did you watch the ending of Teen Titans? I actually don't think I ever have. Even though I was growing up with the Teen Titans, you know, that we all knew and loved. Not Teen Titans Go. I grew up with, you know, the one with like it was such a weird ending. I don't even know. I might have watched the ending and not recognized it, that it was an ending. There was so much like, because I never got to watch the episodes in order with Teen Titans. I always just watched whatever was on TV. That people loved at school to talk about Teen Titans, and none of us understood anything about Teen Titans. We had like this disjointed idea of what the story was. Because Teen Titans the original didn't have a proper ending. Oh, do you mind spoilers? Not really. I don't think I don't think I'm gonna watch it. The vanilla cartoon from 2003. Yeah. How's Samurai Jack? I watched the ending of Samurai Jack. The ending they made later on. The one where he starts off in like samurai armor and a bike. And then he ends up going back through all the previous stuff from the previous episodes and kind of closing it out. You know, seeing the impact he had on the world. A world that was, you know, under control by Aku. So glad they retconned the season 5 ending. That one came off. If I remember correctly, the 2003 series was canceled because most of the audience was girls who didn't buy the figurines. Really? They must have loved Robin. I don't know. I don't know. When I watched Teen Titans, I didn't really think much of Robin. Tara comes back, sort of. Beast Boy finds a girl who looks identical to Tara. For basically the entire episode, he tries to hang out with her, convince her that she was Tara, but she has no memory of being in the Teen Titans, and the whole episode just feels like she was gaslighting you. I remember that episode. I remember that. This is a song I want to share with you, Twitchy. Did you put it in my suggestions in my Discord server? Because I don't allow links in my chat. Is that okay? That's usually where I have people share stuff with me. Because I don't listen. I'm probably not going to listen to it on stream. I'll probably listen to it while I'm at work. That was the ending for Teen Titans? No way. That doesn't feel right. I remember that episode. I remember watching it. You mean Memento? Okay. The episode is called Things Change. Dude, one of the Teen Titans episodes that really messed with me was one where I think Starfire was feeling kind of angsty and like left, right? And then she got transported to a future where she saw what happened to the Teen Titans with her gone. Yeah, my Discord should be in my about, but here's the that one. Let me is my about not working? Let me go to my channel. There's a Discord. Yeah, there's a Discord in the about in my panels you can just click on and it'll take you there. Have you seen Doom Patrol? Cyborg is in it. No, I haven't. Is it typical for people to put the Discord in the in what is it called? In the links, like the quick links? Maybe I should take off the YouTube VOD one. The TMNT episode when Mikey went to the future and finds out they all died was crazy too. Yeah. That episode messed me up. What kind of burger? In my brain was a burger. It would be a burger with onion ring and barbecue sauce. Yeah. Western burger? Nice. At least I just taught how many things that no cartoon should be teaching kids. That's true. Oh my god. Goodness gracious. As well as how to break physics. There was that crazy scene where she had 2 mirrors and she put like a laser lipstick on it and then turned both the mirrors towards the door and it melted the door, and I was like, what? How does that work? That makes no sense. That's silly. That's ridiculous. '90s and early 2000s cartoons brainwashed me into love goth girls. You should order burger. I'm not hungry right now. I'm pretty full. Did you see season 5 of Samurai Jack? I can't remember. Is season 5 the final one? You remember Grossologist? I don't know what that is. Better yet, reboots? Isn't Reboot that one animation? Like entirely CGI animation? Like a really early one? I think I literally watched like the Linus Tech Tips video on it. That tied up like every single episode. Yeah. And had latex suits. Police vs. Friends, but that and Teen Titans ruined my taste in women. Alex was the best. The Hex Girls? The Hex Girls, like, those are the that was the Scooby-Doo band, right? I think so. Yes? Oh my god, yeah, I remember them. Dude, do you remember the Scooby-Doo, like, movie? Where they're on an island and it's got actual zombies on it? For once, it's not someone in a mask, it's got literal actual zombies. Was it called just Zombie Island? Dude, I kind of missed that movie. They had like a different animation. They had a different animation team for that. I thought that was so crazy. Scooby-Doo Zombie Island. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about right now. Just goes in the alien. Oh my god, the alien one. I wanted Shaggy to get with the alien hippie girl so bad. I wanted that to happen. Dude, it was so sad that the alien hippie girl and the dog left. That made me so sad. Wait, isn't there a Scooby-Doo movie with John Cena? I never watched that one. They get anything? Now they constantly ship him with Velma, and she always fucking hates him because Velma's very serious and very cold and calculated, and then Shaggy's still like a stoner. The cyber chase? Yeah, the cyber chase with the virus. I had so many weird dreams. I don't remember the movies right. Because I had so many weird dreams featuring those characters. Well, the newer Scooby series, Shaggy calls out the rest of the gang for putting him and Scooby out as bait. Hey, Toasty. Really, Velma shouldn't hate him, but they always do that. You mean to you? Yeah, I get what they mean. Like, I mean, somebody has to be bait, right? Somebody has to be. Somebody has to be bait in the Scooby-Doo. You know? Just like how in Ghost Adventures, they constantly send Aaron out to die. They send Aaron to get killed by the ghost every single time. God, I think Ghost Adventures is so much fun. If we find a monster, Twitchy will be the bait, I will be dead. Had the Undertaker in it too? That's funny. I am the monster? It's like he's a gem monster? Why aren't I the monster? Did your on bait worked? Oh man. Goodness. Goodness gracious. I'm looking forward to Pickle Bagman and Ken. We're planning to watch a movie together at some point. Maybe this week. We'll have to see. I don't even know if I'll stream my perspective. I just kind of want to hang out. Hang out and be unhinged. I think it'll be a lot of fun. Real Monsters? I don't know. AH Real I haven't heard of that. Is that another TV show? There's a lot of TV shows that, like, are River Monsters and also Monsters Inside Me. Real Monsters is great. I need to look this up. Ah, real monsters. Oh my god, I do remember this. But I didn't watch it very much. I only watched a couple episodes. They would just put this on randomly sometimes. But they would, like... This is a little before my time. But it was enough to where sometimes they would just play it. Rocket Power? Oh yeah. I've seen Rocket Power. Courage the Cowardly Dog? Seen that one. Courage the Cowardly Dog? Hell yeah. We're getting into my generation of cartoons. Yeah, they had only played Real Monsters a couple times. Hello's old. Wild Thornberries? Seen that one. Super Robot Monkey Team? I saw that one. Remember Camp Laszlo? Camp Laszlo's not even that old. Remember the first Total Drama Island? Jenny? Yeah. Code Lyoko? I visit Chinese robot? Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. You early watch Code Lyoko? Yeah, it was good. What does he say? Oh, Return to the Past. Thundercats? I remember there was this, I remember seeing some McDonald's toys. I remember seeing these McDonald's toys for a cartoon. I can't remember what cartoon it was. There was this TV show I remember one time where it was like a robot made out of cubes or something. Colorful cubes, like white and with random colors on it. Cubics? Is that what it was called? I always wanted to watch that one, but I couldn't. It was never on when I was awake. Look it up. Is this something I can watch? Robots for every... Dude, yes! I want to watch this. I want to watch Cubics. I had a toy of the other robot with the grippy claw. That's like the bad guy. Cubics was weird. You saying that phrase just activated old memories? Oh god. I'm attacking Tyjack with nostalgia beam. I would love that. I would love to watch this old stuff. There's an anime on television that had to do with fighting, combining robots. Even child controlling them. Whoa. It's super effective. Ty fainted. No! Megas XLR. That sounds familiar. I can't remember. Wait, isn't that the one with the mecha with the red like sports car for a head? Yeah. That one. Oh my god, I should karaoke that song someday. I should 200% karaoke that song. Chicks dig giant robots. I think that one is pretty good. Lily gets an alien harem and chills. A lion and a wolf. I can't remember. I'm not sure. What's your opinion on matcha? Matcha is like a tea, right? I think I've had matcha green tea before. Ooh, yeah. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm looking at it. Yeah. I've had this before. I had like a matcha, an instant matcha, green tea matcha before. And I had it with a little bit of do some right now. Oh, that sounds lovely. Do you ever put milk in your tea? Like just a splash. Not like a whole lot, just a little splash. I do that sometimes. Like I make a green tea and I put like a splash of milk and a little bit of honey. And it like completely transform it. It becomes like a dessert. This is normal? Okay. Well, I use like full fat goat milk. SWAT cats? I don't remember SWAT cats. Walk. I don't know if I've seen this. Rascal, thanks so much for the raid, boss man. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. I hope you had a good stream. What were you doing? The Hillity Void, thanks so much for the follow. Thank you. Thank you so much. We're having a good one? I am. I'm just yapping it up right now. I like yapping. I enjoy the yapping. Guys, if you want to help me out, by the way, I'm 1 follower away on Kick to have 100 followers on Kick. Probably shouldn't say that immediately after a raid, but I was just thinking about it. Playing a horror game with my friends torturing me in VC? What the? So you had like, your friend was being like your Navi, but instead of being supportive, Navi was like, lol, Lamau. Whenever you got scared. Dude, I had a similar experience when I played Alien Isolation, and then fucking Seki would play alien noises through his microphone. As if the alien just hopped into the vents. Mystic Axe, thanks so much for the follow. Thank you. Thank you so much. What was the thank you follow? Thank you. That was exactly what was happening. You were playing Alien Isolation and that was what's happening? Oh my god. I can't believe it. Alien Isolation is so scary. Like co-piloting where one plays the other tortures? Oh man. Oh man. I'm so bad with scary games. Whereas the Xbox version allowed you to turn your mic on so the alien could hear you? Dude, I hated sneaking around the alien in those cramped ass spaceship corridors. And I'd do it again. Yeah, I know you would. I know you would. Yeah, I was trying Mila, and it was set in VR. Parent AI makes it worse. It's pretty fun with a bit of jank. I see. Yeah, well, thank you so much for the raid, Rascal. Thank you so much. I think, though, we've been going for 2 hours, and I do have some other stuff to do today. So I think I'm going to, I think I'm gonna find someone to raid. I know some people, I know you just raided me, but I think now's the time to wrap up for today. I had a lot of fun yapping, though. Let's see, who would we raid on YouTube, though? Who would we raid? I have the worst time. That's the 3rd time it's happened this week. No, it's okay. It's okay. Alright, no one on YouTube I feel like raiding. I feel comfortable raiding. So let's see. Who would we raid on Twitch? Who will we raid on Twitch? No. I know who we'll raid. Let's think of a raid message, though. What would be a raid message? So the main thing we talked about today, it was Pokemon. That was like the main thing. Twitchy Buggy used raid. It was super effective. There we go. That's a good raid message. That's a pretty good one. Let's raid. Raid Kai Aster. Have a good one, Raz. Have a good one. Alright. Alright, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning into my stream. I had a blast hanging out with all of you. You're all lovely people. Have a good one. I will see you all this weekend on late Friday going into Saturday and late Saturday going into Sunday. I'll make the waiting room soon at some point when I find the time. I'm extremely busy. Anyways, have a good night. Take care. Bye bye. Bye 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 bye.